Good morning, Mystical Love and Light here. It's very early in the morning. My husband just left for work, so I thought I would get this done because later on I plan on making some of my homemade soap that I haven't made in a very, very long time. I don't even have it on Etsy, but I'm going to make it, and then after it's cured and ready to go, then at that time I'll put it on Etsy. I may make a small video like not doing it because I don't add it because I don't know how to add it, and that would be way too long of a process. But I may show like after I get it cut and get it put on, ready to be put on the racks. At that time I'll show it. Okay, before I get started into what I'm doing, let me go ahead and cleanse the area. I got my working candle going over here that you can see, if I can keep from burning my arm. And we're going to get the white sage going. I do have bundles of sage on my Etsy, by the way, and Palo Santo, and the loose sage and the wild sage. Check out my Etsy page. The link is in the description box if you're interested in purchasing anything. This is a powder here that I've been meaning to make for a very long time. I just haven't got around to it yet. I don't have much space on my shelf over there, but I have added very careful with any kind of fire stuff around the sulfur, by the way, so I kind of did it at a distance. But I have some room on some of the other shelves because I took some of the herbs, the dried botanicals and the dried herbs, and put them in my other room where I do my lip glosses and where I have my husband's other sculptures. And so I had to put a shelf in there, put some of those over there with a lot of my essential oils for my soap making, that I will be starting on that again soon. Okay, what I'm going to be making here, and I've already got my jar, the Goof-er Dust. Some people say gopher, some people say goofer. I have caught myself saying it both ways. What this is, it can be used to dress your candles when doing a hex. Okay, when I use the word hex, remember, this is my channel. This is how I show things that I do and why I do them. This is not for being malicious to go out and harm people. When I use any words on hexing and cursing and stuff like that, it is to protect yourself. There is lots of evil in the world. Lots of evil. Evil beyond comprehension. So you need to be able to protect yourself from this. If you know something's coming your way, protect yourself. Make it justified. You'll be fine. If it is justified and you use it, you're good. But don't go out just because you learn how to do something and go do something mean. because then you would be no better than the other person that I'm showing you how to make this to protect yourself. Okay, so you can use it when doing a hex. You can put it in the pathway of where they walk. You can put it in the doorknobs, anything that they touch, keys. If you have access to their keys, if you have access to their door handle on their vehicle, maybe the doorknob where they work, where they live, whatever you have access to, is for your enemies to goof them up. I repeat, to goof them up, to make them fumble, for them to make mistakes, for them to ruin their own lives, to make them clumsy, to forget things, to mess up at work. So in other words, you're not hurting them directly, like causing them pain directly, but if they're doing harm to you and you need to protect yourself and you need to get them out of the situation, maybe you're in a good situation and they're trying to screw things up for you. You know those people, especially like at work. You're doing good, everything's fine, you're in good with the crowd, the other people, your co-workers, the bosses, and then here comes that one person wants that fame and fortune, and they want to push you out of the way. Well, instead of them proving themselves, they take credit for all of your stuff. They're causing your life to be miserable. They're causing everybody to turn on you. So that's what this is. You're going to goof them up so they can make mistakes, so they can fumble, so they can screw up, and other people will see what's going on with them, their true side. Have I used this before? Yes. Was it justified? Of course. I do nothing unless it's justified. Just because you're able to do things don't mean you need to do it unless it's just the last thing. That's the way I see it. I try to do things first without using my abilities. But when push comes to shove, use your abilities. Use them. Okay. The ingredients I have here, I'm going to put them here in this little mortar pestle because I don't need to make a lot. It's not like I'm out to get anybody right now. But I wanted to show you because, like I say, I've been meaning to make it for a while. I just haven't done it. Okay. Some people will say, well, just make it as you need it. And a lot of things I do make it as I need it. But some things I just like to have it on hand. This is one of them that I needed to have on hand. I ain't had it in a long time. The main ingredient you're going to use in this, and no, you can't substitute this ingredient. And the reason why I waited for so long is because I needed this ingredient, and I've had it for a good while, and I've let it sit there. And this is the skin off of a snake head. Now, let me turn it up right here at my top finger, right here. Look real close. You can see how shiny that is. That, can you see it there? Right. I can't do this like right here. Let me get it closer. I'm gonna move my finger. That is the shiny, see it there now? That is the shiny part that came off over the eye. This is the skin of the snake head. That's what you needed. Because you need the skin or the head of a venomous snake. Now, when I say you can't substitute it, if you have the skin of the rest of the body, yes, you can use that. But you can't substitute the snake skin for anything else. You need the snake skin. So either you need the skin of that snake, the venomous snake, or you need the head. I've got both. I've got the body over there, and this is the head. I don't know if you can tell, that's the head part. And that's the eye part right there. Maybe you can see that one better. Okay, you have to have this. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to use is whole pepper. If you have ground pepper, that's fine. That you can use the ground pepper because you're going to ground it all up anyway. I didn't have ground pepper. And you just I say a pinch, but that's probably a little bit more than a pinch, but whatever you feel that you're going to need, that will work. That will be fine. And I'm going to break this up first because the rest of the stuff is semi-powder already. Powder or semi-powder. I guess I should show you how many I put in there before I start. Remember, this is the Goof-er Dust. You're going to goof them up so they can make their own mistakes. And stop trying to take your credit. Stop trying to take whatever you have. Stop trying to put you down to make themselves look good. You know, we all have those kind of people in our lives. Well, I don't right now because I work from home now. Thank you to my husband. Thank you, Tunnell. He got me out of the rat race and told me just do what I do and just do it full time. So between the workings, between all the stuff that I make in here, between all the prayers, the powders, the oils for to get you through a better day. There's certain words I don't use because of rules and regulations. I try to explain how to use them without using those certain words. Then I do my paintings that I have on eBay and all my other, got over 1,000 listings on eBay. I'm just talking while I'm doing this because I'm not putting anything into it yet. I'm just having to get them all squished and broken down first. And then I got all my stuff on Etsy. And then now I'll be doing the soaps again. And made the soaps in 30 years, I guess. Been a long time. A lot of stuff I have forgotten. A lot of stuff I had to research. Again. Goodness, I broke up real good. And so I stay busy here. So again, thank you to my wonderful husband that lets me stay home and do everything that I need. It's early in the morning and I have so many things coming by my phone. Messages and stuff. Okay, I got that just enough. Okay. And then I'm going to use chili powder. I always say use what you have, what you feel that you need. There are certain things that you can substitute in the event you don't have it that has pretty much the same properties. Like, and I'm just going to use a big, I say a big scoop, but this is a small spoon, so it's a big scoop for the small spoon. Since this is extremely hot. I can also use it for the other two hot ingredients. This is the chili powder. Crushed red pepper. Now, some of you that can't handle hot stuff, use gloves. Me, I can eat whole jalapenos and it doesn't bother me. So me touching this, it ain't gonna affect me any. But if you're sensitive, if you have sensitive skin, don't do what I did and pour it in your hand. Like I said, it don't bother me none, so that's what I do. Cayenne pepper. If you have different kind of peppers, you can use them. You can substitute that. I'll use the same spoon because this is hot also. And again, I will use about the same. And putting my energy into it. And then I won't use this again because I used up all the hot ones. Maybe you can see it better. And then I'm going to use plain table salt. This I'm going to use 3. As much as I can get in there in the spoon. Sulfur powder. Don't smell this. It's strong. I got a big humongous thing here. I won't use that on anything else, that spoon, because it went into the, oh, this is the spoon I use in here. As I say, I don't use it on anything else except this, so I stuck it back in there. I'm going to use a separate spoon to mix this up because I won't be using this spoon here. Again, after this, after I finish with this. Some reason it's been a very long time since I made this, but now that I'm making it again, I love making it. I just ain't made it in a long time because I haven't needed it, but I thought I would make it. That way I could put it on Etsy, because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there in the workforce that needs it, and it's not just for the issues at work. Maybe there's someone trying to come between you and your husband. You know, you can have a very, very good marriage And then you've got that one person that always tries. Okay. The next thing I am going to use is the graveyard dirt with ants. And the reason I'm going to use it with ants is because if I'm going to be goofing them up, they're going to itch like hell while they're screwing up. Make them miserable. They're trying to make your life miserable. You make their life miserable. And this graveyard dirt with ants, you don't need a lot. So I'm just going to get like this much. Put that in there. Keep in mind all of the hot stuff that's in here. So if you're going to use it, put it on something. And you've got sensitive skin, use gloves. Actually, use gloves anyway, because here in a minute I'm going to be putting the snake skin in here. And I'm putting the energy in. So in the event it wants to be used for a hex, to get back at them for what they're doing to you. Justified karma, the boomerang effect. You're not going to hurt them as in physically hurt them. You're going to let them hurt themselves. Like I say, make them fumble, make them goof up your enemy, make their lives miserable, ruin their lives. They will ruin their own lives. They will make mistakes. They will be clumsy. They will forget things. They will mess up at work. They'll forget what they're doing or how to do it. It would be like them hexing themselves. So when you get ready to use it, use gloves and don't inhale this stuff. Because once you have your gloves on, and you just, you get a little bit and just rub it. They won't even see it. Just rub it on. You don't have to have a bunch and you cake it on. Say a door handle, for example. Don't like cake it on and be like, what the hell is that? No. Put your hands in there. Rub it in. The residue is on the tips of your gloves. And then you just go and put it on the doorknob. Now don't you go touch it afterwards. After you see they've touched it, then you can go get you a soapy washcloth and wash it off. That way nobody else touches it. Especially if there's someone else in the house that you don't want them to touch it. And you put your intent into it when you're doing that. You can even sprinkle it like where they're going to walk. Sprinkle it where their footprints are going to be, because they won't be able to see it. It'll look like dirt. See the color of it? They won't know the difference of dirt or anything else. So now I'm going to put the Venomous Snake. It does not matter what kind of venomous snakes. I said snake. Venomous Snake, it doesn't matter as long as it's venomous, because it involves them pretty much hexing themselves. And I got on my gloves. Let me see if I can show you this piece. This is the part that went over the eye. Can't see it very good right there. It's so shiny when me looking at it. There, now you can see it. See that? That's the part that the snake shed that was over the eye. Yeah, buddy. So I can break pieces off smaller. Now, since the venomous snake head skin is very hard to come by, or the venomous shedding of a poisonous snake, it could be a rattlesnake, it could be a cottonmouth, it doesn't matter the type of snake as long as it is venomous. If you feel like you're not going to be coming across any more of any time soon, and you want to double up on the ingredients for this to last longer, you can, because I don't measure anything. I just made what I feel like it's all that I'm going to need. Now, this animal was not hurt in the process of getting this. I believe I've told the story before, how I came across this from a lady that had it in her barn. She was doing a barn sale. And to make a long story short, I was able to, me and my husband, to get the whole snake, including the head. The pieces, you can make them as small as you want. If you wish to leave it whole, you can also leave it whole in here. And then that way, if you want to, before you run out, add more ingredients to it, because you still have the head in there, and pray over it, energize it again, you can do that. Just because you have it in here and you've made this one batch doesn't mean it's the end of it. So, to say if you want to leave the whole skin in it, and then add, again, if you see you're getting low, but I can't see anybody needing this much, because you're just going to use very little, because you want to use the residue to put on it, not the actual stuff. So again, you're just going to like put a glove on, put your hand in there, kind of move it around in your fingers. You're going to have the residue on your fingers, and that's what you're going to rub wherever you need to rub it at. Again, make sure it's justified. I don't want to teach people to do these things and then them use them wrong, and I can't tell you what to do. It's just how I feel. My moral compass is saying you need to put that disclaimer in there. Now remember, reptile skins, they contain bacteria and stuff. I don't know if bacteria is the right word, but I think you know what I'm saying. They contain stuff that you don't want to get on your hands, because you can get sick if you accidentally rub your eyes or stick your finger up your nose or in your mouth and forget, oh shit, I touched that snake skin. Can you get sick? Well, sure you can. I forget the word that they carry, but I'm sure somebody will put it down in the description, in the comments. Pray over this whole thing. I like this little bitty Moro Pesto because it's got this little curvy thing here to kind of like do that. My other ones don't. I spent majority of the day yesterday crushing activated charcoal into a powder for the for when I need it for the soap making. Okay. Goof-er Dust. Let them goof up themselves. Salmonella, I think is the name that you can get off of this. So don't, and plus all the hot stuff in it. So do not touch this with your bare fingers. And even with the gloves on, when I get done, I'm gonna go straight in there and scrub my hands really, really good. Let them make their own mistakes. Let them be the ones to goof up. Let them be the ones to forget things. Let them be the ones to mess up at work. Let them be the ones to mess up in their own relationships if they're trying to ruin yours. Let this dust, this Goof-er Dust, meet them at their own demise. They are their own enemy. They will fumble. They will make their own mistakes and ruin what they try to ruin for others. And this is my will, so mote it be. Now, all of that went into it. Whoever buys some of it, you put your intent for your own specific thing you want to use it for as you are putting it on. Okay? Goof-er Dust. Let's see what it looks like in there. Make sure the lid's on good before I turn it up. And thank you for watching, and have a great day. And I will take this off so I can turn the camera off and go throw this away and scrub my hands really good. Thank you for watching. Ciao.